And this is my wife, Karen. And if there's any doubt who she's supporting, if there's any doubt, yeah. Hello, deplorables. I'm Rod Blum, and I'm your congressman. I represent you all in Washington, D.C. I'm also a career businessman, and I ran for this office for two reasons. And the first reason, and this may sound corny, and this may sound old-fashioned, and the media never believes me when I say it, I love the United States of America. Yes. USA, 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 USA. And the second reason I ran, I wanted to be a voice for we, the people in Washington, D.C. And as Chairman Kaufman just said, my first vote, my first job, my first mission upon taking the oath of office for the United States House of Representatives was to drain the swamp that is called Washington, D.C. My friends, the swamp is infested. It's infested with career politicians. It's infested with the mainstream media. It's infested with the political class. A ruling class who all think they are smarter than we the people. My friends, and we can compete with that. Trump train, Trump train! It's Trump train! All aboard the Trump train! It's good. We need to send a message, my friends. We need to send a message on November 8th to Washington, D.C., that we are fed up with the lying. We're fed up with the corruption. We're fed up with people that go there to serve themselves and enrich themselves at the expense of the taxpayers instead of serving we the people. And we're fed up with the mainstream media. You know, my friends, Jesus could come back and walk on water. And the Sunday Des Moines Register headlines would say, Christ can't swim. True, isn't it? My opponent I'm running against is Monica Vernon from Cedar Rapids. She would be a great fit in Washington, D.C. Because you see, her campaign is being run out of Washington, D.C. for the last 2 years. Her campaign's being financed out of Washington, D.C. for the last 2 years. Vernon used to be a Republican. Vernon used to be a Republican. Then she became a Democrat when she figured out it's easier to win in the 1st District if you're a Democrat. And next year, she'll probably be a Republican again after we beat her. She ran for this House seat 2 years ago and lost in the primary. Then she ran for lieutenant governor, and she lost again. And now she's back, running again for this seat. You see, my opponent, Monica Vernon, is yet another career politician waiting for a place to happen. As Speaker Kaufman said, my first vote, when I got in the House of Representatives, my very first vote, my friends, was not to go along with the establishment. I stood up in the House chamber, because you don't get to put your card in the slot and vote yea or nay. When you vote for Speaker, you stand up, they go Blum, Iowa, and you stand up and you got to say in front of 435 representatives who you vote for. My very first vote, my friends, was against then Speaker John Boehner. The reason I did that, I know this just doesn't seem right anymore, does it? And it's a rare commodity. The reason I did that, I promised all of you I would do that. I promised you when I went to Washington, D.C., I would fight for change and stand up to the Republican Party when it needed to be stood up to. My opponent today calls that vote extreme. 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 That's extreme. I don't call it extreme. When you go to Washington, you have the guts to do what's right and stand up for the people that sent you. I had a meeting with John Boehner face to face because I wanted to tell him to his face why I voted against him. And I told him because I made that promise to the people. And he said, well, you know, that's going to hurt you from being on the team here in Washington, D.C. The team. I reminded Mr. Boehner in his palatial office, I said, with all due respect, John, I do not report to you. I do not report to anybody in Washington, D.C. I report to the good people of the 1st District of Iowa. The next thing I did, and I think you're going to like this, the very next thing I did is I co-sponsored an amendment to the Constitution which calls for term limits. I'm more convinced than ever. I ran on term limits after being there for 2 years. I'm absolutely convinced we need term limits. You see, career politicians are not the solutions to our problems, my friends. Career politicians are the problem. I also support bills, or co-sponsor bills, or author bills to end the Cadillac Congressional Pension Plan. It's better than any plan anybody in this audience has tonight. I will guarantee you that. We should not be going to Washington to cash in on a pension. I don't participate in the plan, and I want to end the pension. I'm also on a bill to have a lifetime ban, not a 2-year ban, a lifetime ban on lobbying if you have served in the House or the Senate. Because all you folks trust us and you vote us into office. And then when we retire or get beat, you know what we typically do? We go across the street to K Street, where the lobbyists are, and we make 6 figures, and some people make 7 figures a year. They're cashing in on your vote. That's wrong. That's not the way it's supposed to be. The first bill I authored, the first bill, would end first-class air travel paid for by you, the taxpayers. Call me simple, but I thought, you know what? Most people in eastern Iowa I've met have never flown first class. Why should you pay for me to sit in first class? If I want to fly first class, I should pay for first class, not you. It was ended, eliminated. And the second thing my bill would do is, you may not know this. You probably don't know this. Today, I can lease a luxury car to drive around the 20 counties of my district in Iowa and pay, get this, $1,200 a month for that car lease. Guess who's paying for that? You are. The taxpayer is. Most people I know don't have a $1,200 a month house payment. My bill would eliminate that. You want a luxury car, you pay for a luxury car. You all should not be paying for our luxury vehicles. And here's one that I really like. And in Washington, they look at you like you're from Mars if you even talk about this. I'm on a bill that says, are you ready? Are you ready? I'm on a bill that says, let's tie the pay of congressmen to the pay of the average American. So if your pay goes down, if you get a pay cut, we should get a pay cut too. And lastly, let's get the money out of politics. Let's get the money out of politics. The candidate that raises the most money shouldn't be the candidate that wins. In fact, just this week, Hillary Rodham Clinton announced that she is getting involved in one House race in the United States, this one. And she's going to spend $300,000 attacking me. Hillary Clinton is. I think it's because she's the last person that wants any kind of reform in Washington, D.C. She knows what I stand for, and I don't think Iowans like it when somebody from Washington comes in here and tries to buy an election. My friends, deplorables, the time is now. The time is now or never. The time is November 8th or never. We are staring into the abyss, my friends. I've been in the belly of the beast for 2 years. We are staring into the abyss. It is now or never. And I need your help. I need your help. Will you help me? Will you help me? I need your vote. I need you to talk us up. I need you to talk about Blum and what he stands for and how he's a representative of we the people, not the special interests in Washington. You need to tell him how Blum will stand up to the GOP when it needs to be stood up to. And there's people in our staff walking around here with Blum for Congress t-shirts. There's yard signs, there's t-shirts, there's hats. If you can sign up to help us phone call, to door knock, but most importantly, and I mean this when I say this, I respectfully, because I respect all of you so much, I respectfully ask for your vote on November 8th. I cannot do it without you. I cannot do it without you. Let's conclude by saying my parents had 10th grade educations. 10th grade, my mother and father. My father fought in World War II with a 10th grade education. The house I was born in, 2 of the rooms had dirt floors. So I didn't come from much. But every time I walk on the stairs of the Capitol, and I walk on the same marble steps that Abraham Lincoln did, I get goosebumps. I get goosebumps. And it chokes me up. And I always tell the career politicians, if you don't get goosebumps when you're walking that Capitol, you need to get out of town. You need to get out of town. I'm absolutely humbled. I'm absolutely honored to represent you fantastic people, you fantastic Americans over the last 2 years, and I respectfully ask for your vote and your help on November 8th. I will not let you down. I will continue to fight for we the people. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.
All right, are we getting excited or what? Good. Well, I know you guys are